Hey, hope you're alright. I'm Scott from therileyshot.com and I'm going through the old Nikon F65 today. I'm going to go through the settings, or if you're in the States it used to be called the N for November 65. If you've got a camera model like a year or two around that time from Nikon, they're all really similar, like the 55, so check out the video, it'll work the same. So I figured it out and I've got down to 7 settings I'm going to go through today. Now if you just got one of them, like bracketing or whatever that you want to look at today, check out the description below and I've put the minute that I get up to for each section, so you don't have to watch it all if you're just up for one particular bit. So these are the 7. Now just before we start, if you've not been here before, the usual basically now, would you please subscribe, would you please like, you know, the normal stuff, that'd be great. I normally do vlogs on photography, getting out, having some fun, and I also talk a little bit about mental health and a few things that have happened personally to me, trying to help some people out there, so yeah, it'd be really good if you could check them out. However, we're not talking about that today, we're going to get straight into the settings, so let's have a look. Okay, so we'll start off with a really simple one, your batteries. So flip it over and there's a little pot here, and you can see them in there. They are basically the short, fat type. There you are, and you put them in like this and you are good to go. Back on, there you are. So that's your batteries, really simple. Next up, manual. So these are your exposure, your shooting types. Manual there, aperture priority mode, shutter speed priority, and then round to the ones that they all have built in. So we're going to go to manual to show you what to do. If you want to create the shutter speed, it's just that, which is pretty self-explanatory. If you want to change the aperture, press that whilst doing that, and that is your aperture for you. That's there is your film count. I'm up to 26. Up to 24. I've got 26 on this row. And then with regards to aperture priority, which I use quite a bit, I think, on this one, because I think metering's pretty decent, is that one, and then same, that just does your aperture priority mode. So that is your aperture priority mode, and I won't go through them all, but basically, you know, they're the different ones really. So that's how you would do it. Now, most important that I sort of struggle with at first is focusing. So sometimes you want to focus to the left or to the right, or whichever way it is this button here. So what you do is you press that down and then scroll, and you see that moving there? That is how you not focus itself, because obviously if you just leave it like that, it will focus by pressing half down like that, which is fine. What I mean is if you want to focus on something on the right hand side, sometimes it doesn't catch it if it's on that all one, so you've got to put it to the right or to the left, and that works a lot better. The focus works a lot quicker from my experience, so that's what you do there. And then also we've got your flash, really simple. There you are, comes on just as normal, and your timer again, you just press it once for that one, press that down, it does an automatic timer, and then you go for remote, but I've not used it on the remote, so I've just used it on the timer. That's all the basic ones. Just going on to a little bit of advanced, we've got this here for, so if you are using aperture priority mode and the meter's giving you measurements, then if you press this here, and you can either undervalue it or overstop it by 1. Again, quick tip from what I've learned so far with film, I tend to do over by 1 compared to my digital experience, and it just seems to come out with a decent result. So I'm going to do a vlog in a couple of weeks, so check it out if you're on the channel for that, but yeah, that's just from my experience. So if you want to do the classic HDR shot, this is how you would do it with this camera. Now I'm going to take one in a second, but there's 2 types. So if you press bracketing here, and 1 second, like that, you can go for 1 stop, 2 stops, or -2 stops, etc. And then you're good to go. Then what you would do is press that 3 times, and it basically takes the photo and registers it in. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to do the 2 one. So what I'm going to do instead, which is slightly different, is if you go to this one, that's an auto one for it, and then what you do is press it and focus. Boom, there you go. So that would basically mean that's the end of the roll. So what that's done, as it starts talking over my mic now, is done the 2 auto exposure itself, but merge them together a bit like HDR, so we'll give that a go. Cool, so last one then, how to put a film in and take it out. So we do the button on the side, it should just flick open when I do it. There we are, and then basically I've got my film ready over here, so I'm going to switch it if I can, don't want to keep too long. So you basically take it out just like that. What you basically do is make sure it's this way, and there's a little thing for it there, so you put it in, hear it click, and then you pull this bad boy here, oopsie daisy, all the way across, and just let it go down gently, click that in, and then when you turn it on, it registers it in because it's an automatic one. So there you go, you are good to go. Stick that away and you are fine. So really simple. If you're worried about that, I'd just get to your local camera store. That's what I did the first couple of times, just to make sure you're happy with it. So in about 3 weeks time I'm going to put a vlog up on the F65. I'm going to show you what I've got out of the 2 rolls that I've done already, to basically go through any maybe tips I've got and what I've learned so far shooting in film. All digital usually for the last sort of 15 years myself, so this is completely new to me. I just figured I'd document it and put it out there and hopefully share some learning from what I've got off and what I've already got from the community. So yeah, check that out in 3 weeks time. If you've not already done so, please subscribe, that would be really, really helpful, and like the video. Throw some comments in as well, that'd be really, really good. And also if you could check out my other vlogs as well, that'd also be fantastic. So thanks a lot for watching, I really hope you got something from it, and we'll see you soon.